Geography is a subject where there are three main sections. There's the physical environment, there's human geography, and then there's also the geographical application, they call it, or fieldwork, / the booklet that I'll give you 12 weeks before. The first thing we do, let's look at paper 1, which is an hour and a half from 35% of the GCSE. So what you need to understand here is that there'll be questions about natural hazards, living world and physical landscapes in the UK. With the physical landscapes in the UK, it might be rivers, coasts, glaciers, that sort of thing. So an important thing to remember here is there might be multiple questions, like you only have to answer one of 3, 4 or 5 in this test. But make sure that you do the one that you've been taught and don't pick something else. Also, one point is that there are 3 spag marks available on this paper, with same as paper 2, but there's 6 available on paper 3, which comes from a 9 plus 3, 12 marker, which means you are guaranteed some long answer questions, no matter what you do. It's not as if you can get away from them. Paper 2 is about human geography, so urban issues and challenges, and the economic world, resource management, and as well as just your general geographical skills, but that's map reading and stuff. And it's quite likely that you'll be presented with some data from something which you won't know a lot about. Like they might pick a random city in the developing world and say, here's a science park, and you'll need to understand how to explain what the science parks do. And the important point here, along with the rest of the tests, is use your own knowledge, because otherwise you're basically halving your marks on these longer mark questions, these 6 markers, some of the 4 markers as well as the 9s, which means that and these marks are very simple to throw away, so we have to be really careful on your 6 markers and longer answer questions, especially with command words such as evaluate, where you need to say, overall, how far do you agree? Paper 3 is a bit of a strange one as well, because there are 2 sections to it. So, section 1 in this, or section A as they call it, is about the issue evaluation. And around 12 weeks before the exam, you'll be given a booklet, which will be about a specified topic. I think the one in the textbooks about the A303 superhighway, which still hasn't been built, but there you go. So read it closely, you have to understand it, and because it's nature being released 12 weeks before the exam, it also has to span a few topics as well, which means you need to be extra prepared on the certain topics that you've got to look at there. Section B, on the other hand, is about your fieldwork. And the thing with your fieldwork questions are that they can't ask you necessarily what results did you get when you did this, because all these different things are different. So you'll need to understand, why do you choose a method? What's the importance of doing what you did, and explaining why you feel that they're appropriate, and evaluating how valid your conclusions are because of your methods, whatever, which means there are going to be longer answer questions, as shown how there are double the spag marks on this paper compared with the other 2, despite it being the shortest paper at 1 hour and 15 in length and only worth 30% of the GCSE. So we need to try and remember all your fieldwork stuff. Don't just muck around when you go out to a river or whatever. Actually work hard and remember what you did, why you did it, how you present your data, and why you presented it like that, and the advantages of it.